We're so excited to get this started. Good evening, everyone. Welcome tonight. My name is Allison Godlove, and I'm honored to be your MC this evening. Please continue to enjoy your dinners as we begin our program. Tonight, we are celebrating 9 amazing Florida inventors whose work spans achievements from gene therapy to semiconductors, from medical devices to digital business tools, and from renewable energy to sustainable resources. They come from all across our state, and their impact can be felt every day in our daily lives. We're also going to be recognizing 2 recipients of the Pioneer Award. And leading us in the celebration will be our keynote speaker, Elizabeth Doherty, the Regional Director for the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office's Northeast Regional Outreach Office. So, let's begin our evening. Please join me now in welcoming Dr. Paul Sandberg to the stage to start us off for this very special evening tonight. Dr. Sandberg is a distinguished university professor at USF, chair of the Florida Inventors Hall of Fame Advisory Board, and president of the National Academy of Inventors.
Oh, but I had my cataracts operated on now. That's really bright, It's great to see you. And it's amazing how many people have come, all the great inventors that we have. And so, and I'm glad everyone's finally had a chance to sit down. But, and Allison, I was going to say, all the time that I stay at home, working from home a lot, I watch TV and she's on there on the news. And so we're really proud and to have Allison here. So tonight, we gathered really to honor and celebrate the individuals who are truly blazing new trails and pioneering new paths on the road of discovery and innovation. So I'm both humbled and honored to be here this evening. So first I want to start by taking a moment to recognize the challenges and devastation we have faced in our state and beyond following these hurricanes, Helene and Milton. Recovery will take time, and it will take all of us pulling together, as so many in our community have already demonstrated. Let me just make a point here. During our cocktail a few minutes ago, one of the first questions everyone's been asking each other is, how did you do in the storms? Really was on our minds. But there is a remarkably something positive in many ways in these times, that we really see the true spirit of innovation emerge. Innovation has always thrived in the face of challenges, and similarly, the individuals we honor tonight embody that truth. They remind us that when the way forward seems uncertain, it's often these moments that ignite the spark of ingenuity and creativity. Just look around to see how much we've accomplished and how innovation has continued to thrive here. Florida, my home state, born here, love it. Florida is home to a dynamic and growing innovation ecosystem that is shaping industries, solving problems, and defining the future. We're not only imagining the next big breakthrough, we are making it happen. And at the heart of this ecosystem are our inventors, the dreamers, the thinkers, the doers who push the boundaries of what is possible. The 2024 Florida Inventors Hall of Fame inductees epitomize the spirit of innovation. By daring to explore uncharted territories, questioning the well-worn path, and embracing the unknown, these innovators in this room have illuminated the way for others to follow. For tonight's induction ceremony, I was inspired by words of Ralph Waldo Emerson. Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and make a trail. Something I try to live by for many years, and it's probably many of the innovators follow that. Each of tonight's inductees really is a trailblazer a pathfinder, and a pioneer. They are individuals whose groundbreaking work has transformed their fields and impacted the lives of people across Florida, the nation, and the world. Their contributions are a testament to the power of ingenuity, perseverance, and vision. Before we meet these remarkable innovators and inventors, I would like to express our gratitude to everyone who has made this evening possible. Your generous support and participation enable the Florida Inventors Hall of Fame to continue its mission of encouraging scientific discovery and inspiring our future innovators. I'd especially like to thank our innovation partner, the Florida High-Tech Corridor, and its CEO, a good personal friend, Paul Soule, for his unwavering commitment to advancing Florida's innovation ecosystem. Admiral Soule, where are you? Please stand. There he is. Thank you for your leadership. And to Regional Director Elizabeth Doherty, our keynote speaker today, and the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office where she works, we are honored by your encouragement, support, and enthusiasm. You've been engaged with us from the beginning. And, you know, you've helped so much. She's right there, I see her. You've helped so much in these initiatives gain traction and continue to propel us along this way. Thank you for working with us for so many years, coming down from Washington, and we appreciate it. Please stand. Our diamond sponsors also deserve special recognition for their generosity and ongoing support. As I call each name, I invite all the representatives of these organizations here today to please stand. The University of Central Florida, represented by Dr. Winston Schoenfeld, Vice President for Research and Innovation. Yeah. And I know they brought a lot of people with them because I spent some good time with them. The University of Florida, represented by Dr. Jennifer Hunt, Dean of the University of Florida's College of Medicine. Thank you, Jennifer. You've been a great partner for us, too. Thank you. And at the University of South Florida, represented by Dr. Prasant Mohapatra, Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs. Prasant. And he's an inventor. And, you know, Karen Holbrook's with us, too. Chancellor Holbrook from our Sarasota campus. Karen, stand up, be recognized. One of my personal favorite things was to work with her and learn so much, so thank you. And our deep gratitude continues to extend to all our gold and silver sponsors who are listed in your program. We are also extremely appreciative of the time, service, and support from the members of our advisory board and the selection committee, as well as all the nominators of our 2024 inductees for shining a light on some of the extraordinary Florida inventors. Many of those inventors are here in the audience tonight. So, will all previous inductees to the Florida Inventors Hall of Fame, whether you brought your medal or not, please stand and be recognized. We are honored to have you here. Just remember that there's going to be a photograph of all the inductees later on at the end, so stay around. We're honored to have you here, though, this evening as we continue the legacy of celebrating and recognizing everybody's achievements. Thank you for your extraordinary contributions. I'd also like to thank all the staff. This could not be done without fantastic staff of the Florida Inventors Hall of Fame. Also, the Office of Research and Innovation. Would you all please stand up and be Appreciated. But the story of innovation in Florida doesn't stop with our inductees. The Florida Inventors Hall of Fame is proud to partner with the University of South Florida as the official affiliate for the Henry Ford's Invention Convention worldwide. In April of 2025, Invention Convention Florida at USF will host its first annual statewide convention. This exceptional program brings together K through 12 student inventors from around the state to showcase their inventive projects, compete for awards, and potentially advance to the national competition in Michigan. And it extends the Florida Inventors Hall of Fame mission to inspire future generations of innovators. We are proud to have the opportunity to recognize one of those young inventors tonight. In August, a few months ago, Daniel Park, a high school student right here in Hillsborough County, made history by becoming Florida's first ever Best in Show winner at the International Convention America's international competition, where he literally competed against thousands of other students from around the world. His achievement speaks to the incredible potential of young innovators in our state. Now, Daniel, will you please stand so that you may be recognized? Daniel, please. Quite an accomplishment. As we look forward toward the future, it's clear that Florida will continue to be a leader in innovation. Our state's inventors, past, present, and future, are shaping a very bright future for all of us. Tonight, it's about celebrating their contributions. It's about recognizing the people who have dedicated their lives to turning ideas into reality and reimagining a future where innovation drives progress at every single level. To our 2024 inductees, congratulations. We thank you and your courage, your creativity, and your commitment to always go instead where there is no path and make your own trail. Thank you very much. So now I have the honor to present an award that's in its second year called the Pioneer Award to two very deserving individuals. So each year, the Pioneer Award recognizes outstanding leaders in Florida who have significantly contributed to the innovation ecosystem. They are exceptional individuals who have advanced discovery and innovation to benefit society. I'm proud to announce this year's honorees are Phoebe Cade Miles and Paul Soule.
Phoebe Miles is the co-founder of the Cade Museum for Creativity and Invention in Gainesville, Florida. The museum, named after her father and Gatorade inventor James Robert Cade, exists to transform communities by inspiring and equipping future inventors, entrepreneurs, and visionaries. Ms. Miles designed the museum's proprietary education curriculum, Invent Possible, as a framework for lifelong STEM learning through the lens of innovation. Paul Soule is a Rear Admiral of the U.S. Navy, retired following 3 decades of service, and now leads the Florida High Tech Corridor as its CEO. The 23-county region that defines the corridor is anchored by 3 of the country's largest research institutions: the University of Central Florida, the University of Florida, and the University of South Florida. Its mission is to converge and catalyze the capacity of high-tech innovation and bright minds to generate a global ripple effect that advances the lives of people in the communities they serve. Now, before I introduce our keynote speaker for you tonight, I'd like to take a moment to just remind everyone that the Florida Inventors Hall of Fame exists only through the generosity of its donors and sponsors. So please consider making a contribution to support the museum, the Ignite Education program, or some of their many other community outreach programs. We thank you so much for that tonight. Now, please help me welcome our keynote speaker, Elizabeth Doherty. As the Regional Director of the Northeast Regional Outreach Office of the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, Elizabeth Doherty is responsible for leading stakeholder engagement across a major section of the country. By focusing on this region and actively engaging with the community, Ms. Doherty ensures the USPTO's initiatives and programs are tailored to the region's unique ecosystem of industries and stakeholders. Ms. Doherty has more than 25 years of experience working at the USPTO and has dedicated much of her career to the USPTO's outreach and education programs. She has also spearheaded a number of special projects with federal, state, and local governments and private organizations to promote and support invention and innovation in the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Elizabeth Doherty.
Good evening, and thank you. It's a pleasure to be here this evening. How about we begin with another round of applause for this year's Pioneer Award winners. Thank you. I can truly say that Phoebe and Paul are friends of invention, community builders for creativity, and staunch supporters of the need for a continued and thoughtful expansion of the innovation ecosystem. Their work to bring innovation to impact is nothing but awesome. So again, congratulations to you both. So, how many of you read this evening's invitation and saw that line that said, "Creative black tie"? Not enough of you. So, all kidding aside, while I might feel slightly silly for my unique accessories, my choice was intentional, and I hope you'll see why. Because the inventors we are here to recognize, celebrate, and honor this evening are no mere mortals. They are living superheroes who, through their ideas, transitioned into reality and protected by a patent, are changing our world. Their work shapes our future, improves our quality of life, and leaves a legacy that will inspire future generations to dream big and to reach further. And I'm so excited for you to meet each and every one of them this evening. And regarding inspiring future generations of inventors, I also want to reiterate what Dr. Sandberg has just shared with you. And I want you to mark your calendars. I know you've all got your phones with you, so open that calendar app. April 2025, we are hosting that first annual Invention Convention right here at the University of South Florida. So make sure to get involved. So what makes this year even more special? We have special announcements. We're all here together in person. But I am excited to highlight that we are inducting 4 extraordinary women, the highest number of female inductees in the history of the Hall of Fame. Ladies, I don't need to tell you just how special that is, but I will take a moment to remind you that while women make up 50% of our population, 25% of the STEM workforce, they are only represented on 12.8% of the U.S. patents. These women here today are working to change that demographic. These real-life Wonder Women have broken barriers, pushed boundaries, and set new standards for what is possible. Among these trailblazers, I am especially excited to recognize Dr. Sylvia Thomas. And additionally, Dr. Patricia Davis Limsey, who are making history tonight as the first Black female inventors to be inducted into the Florida Inventors Hall of Fame. It's beautiful, isn't it? Their achievements shine as a beacon of inspiration, not only to women of color, but to all of us who believe in the power of perseverance, ingenuity, and innovation. While this milestone may feel long overdue, it is a powerful reminder of the progress that we are making, but yet the work that still lies ahead to ensure all voices in innovation are heard, recognized, and celebrated. It is through events like tonight that we continue to highlight and amplify the incredible contributions of inventors from all walks of life, reinforcing the message that innovation thrives in diversity. We gather to not only recognize their groundbreaking work, but to celebrate the boundless spirit of innovation that drives progress and inspires future generations. This evening, we have the privilege of honoring 9 exceptional individuals whose ideas have shaped the future of technology, science, and society. So how does it all start? How did we get here? Invention at its very core starts with an idea. However, for many of us, and in fact probably most of us, that idea does not necessarily spark more than a moment of curiosity, maybe a talking point in time, or something to store away for another day. However, inventors, especially those being recognized this evening, they are different. They too start with an idea, but they then do something more, something unique, something uncommon. There's a beautiful children's book, which I recommend to you as parents, grandparents, and invention enthusiasts. Copyrighted in 2013, What Do You Do with an Idea was written by author Kobe Yamada. In this brief and beautifully illustrated book, a young child recognizes that he has an idea. He questioned where it came from, and more importantly, what should he do with it? He tried to ignore it, but found it wouldn't go away. He tried to keep it to himself, because what if others didn't like it? However, he discovered that there was something magical about his idea. It made him happy, and he wanted to spend time with it. The more time he spent with it, it grew bigger and bigger. Now, not everyone liked his idea. Some said it was no good and a waste of time, and they tried to convince him to give up on it. But then he realized, what do they know? It's okay if it's different. It's okay if it's weird and maybe a little crazy. With that realization, he decided to protect his idea, to care for it, and to give it his attention. Ultimately, with attention, care, and feeding, his idea took flight. It was then that he realized what you do with an idea. You change the world. Tonight is our opportunity to publicly thank these 9 individuals for taking their respective ideas and nourishing them. Nourishing them, caring for them until they were ready to be shared in such a way that they too would change the world. We know this journey was not always easy and was likely filled with challenges, including self-doubt, negativity of others, and even failure. However, each one of you loved your idea and grew your idea to its ultimate success, and we are now the lucky beneficiaries of this love. So as we honor these remarkable individuals tonight, we are reminded of the profound impact that inventors and innovators have on our world. Their work shapes our future, improves our quality of life, and leaves a legacy that will inspire future generations to dream big and to reach further. It's a privilege to be part of this celebration this evening and to witness the remarkable achievements of tonight's inductees. Thank you each for your contributions to innovation, and congratulations on this well-deserved award. It is now my pleasure to join Dr. Sandberg in presenting this year's inductees with the Florida Inventors Hall of Fame medal.
Thank you so much, Ms. Doherty. It was wonderful to have you. Now it's time to celebrate the 2024 inductees of the Florida Inventors Hall of Fame. Our first inductee is being recognized for groundbreaking advances in delivering DNA to muscle cells, initiating the new field of muscle gene therapy, and for developing innovative gene therapy to restore cardiac and skeletal muscle function for patients with inherited neuromuscular diseases.
So the research in my group has always been focused on muscle diseases. So it partly stems from the fact that I developed an interest in cardiology in medical school and went on in residency to train in pediatric cardiology.
Congratulations, Dr. Barry Byrne.
Thank you so much. I'd like to just take a brief moment to recognize our amazing team at the University of Florida, really who works every day tirelessly on behalf of the patients we serve, so thank you. And importantly, our work stands on the shoulders of 3 decades of discovery and innovation in the development of AAV gene therapy by our other colleagues at UF who really invented this modality. And the potential really now exists to add or subtract or change genes which regulate our health and well-being in this burgeoning field of molecular medicine, which is really changing lives. I would also like to thank my family for enduring the endless training years, on-call shifts, late nights and weekends in the lab. And I'm also glad to share this recognition with the extended family of our patient community, who really makes the genuine sacrifice to volunteer for clinical studies and help improve outcomes now and into the future. And thank you to the Florida Inventors Hall of Fame for this recognition. It's very much appreciated. Thank you.
Our next inductee is being recognized for the revolutionary development of novel polymers that address the characteristics required to conduct coronary angioplasty on blocked coronary arteries, and for advances in polymer chemistry leading to the design of artificial tendons for human trauma surgery.
A product I want to talk about was not patented. It's called the Range Sheet CSI, and CSI might mean cool stuff, but it's really a catheter introducer.
Congratulations, Dr. Patricia Davis Lemesey.
Good evening, my beloved community of inventors. I stand here tonight humbled, honored, and if I'm being honest, very surprised. I never thought that tinkering with polymers would lead me here, but life is funny. It has a funny way of turning small projects into something bigger than you ever imagined. Being inducted into the Florida Inventors Hall of Fame is an extraordinary honor for me, but let's be clear, I did not get here alone. I stand on the shoulder of the ancestors, my mentors, my colleagues, my friends, my family, and yes, a good number of failed experiments. If I've learned humility, it's thanks to those polymers that refused to behave. But in all seriousness, I share this honor with my village, including my Jamaican immigrant parents who sacrificed so much for our family to be here and to thrive in this country. So I've worked on products like the Cordis Rain Sheath catheter with the kink recovery technology. And that technology I'm extremely proud of because it eases suffering from the neonates, the newborn babies, to the very elderly with fragile arteries. So let me confess, I didn't invent it for the plaque or the patent. These are nice to haves. I invented this because I grew tired of seeing arteries protest and people suffer. It's very painful when that artery refused to allow insertion or the sheath kinks and that doctor has to start all over again with a new sheath. So we had to do better, and we did. It was a team at work here. But this work isn't just about technology, it's about the people. It's answering the call of those who need healing. We don't create for glory, but for the grace it offers others. So invention for me, it's an act of love. It's a promise to bring comfort, healing, and hope. I want to speak for a moment to the dreamers in the audience, the young inventors. Trust your unique, sacred journey, even when it seems messy. Laugh a lot, because invention, like life, rarely goes as planned, but it always leads you where you are meant to be. So I accept this honor with the deepest of gratitude, with responsibility, and yes, I was really slightly suspicious that maybe I was being punked. Above all, I accept this with hope. Hope that we'll continue creating, healing, and lifting each other higher. I spent about 1.5 years in Italy during my graduate program, so as the Italians say, grazie mille. Thank you.
Our next inductee is being recognized for significant contributions to development and commercialization of low-noise, high-power, ultra-fast semiconductor lasers for applications in industrial manufacturing, communications, and signal processing.
After I got my PhD, I went to work at Bell Communications Research, and there I started working with semiconductor lasers. These are the small devices that are inside your compact disc player or inside your laser pointer. And I showed how we could turn these laser devices on and off faster than 1/5 of a trillionth of a second.
Congratulations, Dr. Peter Delfiet Jr.
Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is enjoying themselves. My name is Peter Delfiet from Creole, the College of Optics and Photonics at the University of Central Florida. I'm deeply honored and humbled to be nominated and inducted into the Florida Inventors Hall of Fame for our advancements and contributions to the field of ultra-fast photonics. Ultra-fast photonics, what's that? And many times I'll tell people, I do the 10 M's, as in the letter M, of photonics. What is that, you might say? Well, I develop technologies that make the light, modulate the light, move the light, multiplex the light, and measure the light. Occasionally, we have to consider how we might do mass manufacturing and marketing, and if we're successful, hopefully we're able to make some money. And while that sounds good, one of the other things that we do is to teach. And what is so important to me is that I have the honor to teach students so that they can go out into the world and inspire the next generation of scientists and engineers to understand the world as we see it, and more importantly, to create new worlds that have yet to be seen. And in doing so, the students continue to inspire me to push forward and continue to create new technologies that can benefit mankind. I'd like to thank the Florida Inventors Hall of Fame for sponsoring this event, the nominators for putting my name forth, the letter writers that provided the recommendations on my behalf, and the selection committee that recognizes our efforts that result in this honor that I'm receiving today. I'd also like to recognize my professional colleagues, starting from my early career at Bell Communications Research, and my colleagues in academia at UCF, my PhD students that I've had the honor to advise, where we've worked together to create the exciting technologies that are being recognized with this award. I'd like to specifically acknowledge the support that I've received over the years from UCF's administration, specifically my direct reports, MJ Swallow, Eric Van Swylen, Baha Sali, and Dave Hagan, and to UCF's highest administration, spanning all the way back from John Hitt to the current president, Alex Cartwright. Finally, I'd like to acknowledge the New York City public school system, which provided my education from kindergarten through PhD. And it's because of the public school system that I was given the opportunity and the honor to work with the boundaries of what is possible meet with that of the unlimited human imagination. And remember, public education is the best education that money cannot buy. Thank you again for this prestigious honor.
Our next inductee is being recognized for breakthrough technologies in electrochemical processes that revolutionize the capability of microelectronic devices worldwide. This led to the development and adoption of electrodeposition as a key processing technology for the fabrication of microprocessor and memory chips, among other things.
I started my career in IBM in semiconductors, then moved to renewable energy, thin film solar cell power production, then moved to neural health.
Congratulations, Dr. Lily Delagiani.
Distinguished guests and esteemed colleagues of the Florida Inventors Hall of Fame,
I'm truly honored to be recognized among such remarkable innovators. This induction celebrates not just my journey that thrives in Florida, in our nation, but also the journey of all the innovators to date, and those who are coming next. I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to the selection committee and to the Florida Inventors Hall of Fame leadership and the staff that enabled this great event. My journey developing electroplated copper interconnects for the computer industry exemplifies perseverance and the power of the underdog, because many in the semiconductor industry viewed electrodeposition as a process totally incompatible with silicon processing. Yet, we as a team, we embraced it and it worked. Securing patents for this innovation was a lengthy challenge, 6 years of navigating the complexities of the patent process. The examiners struggled to appreciate the novelty of our invention, and I, on behalf of all the inventors, the co-inventors, found myself advocating that electroplated copper not only improve the speed of the computer chips, but also their reliability. I owe a ton of gratitude to my parents who embraced education and taught me the value of the education. My husband, my beautiful and amazing daughters, my mentors, Dick Alcar from the University of Illinois, the late Lubomir Romankiu from IBM, who inspired me to do my best work, and yes, he pushed me, and many other mentors and my many collaborators over the years. They taught me that innovation is definitely a team sport. It thrives with diversity and determination that can overcome obstacles, and that the future can be envisioned, invented, and created. With this recognition comes the profound responsibility to inspire the next generation of innovators. We must inspire the young minds to tackle the grand challenges of our time with courage and creativity. Thank you for this incredible honor. I look forward to collaborating with all of you to push the boundaries of innovation in Florida for our great nation. Thank you indeed very much.
Our next inductee is being recognized for industry-disrupting innovations, integrating technology, market strategy, and collective impact into digital tools, enabling businesses to cost-effectively scale operations. His innovations also provide small businesses the ability to access supply chain prices and efficiencies usually available only to large corporations.
I took a 2-month sabbatical from work to build out the basic foundation. I extrapolated Moore's Law and Metcalfe's Law, assumed advances in fiber optics and cybersecurity, and other core elements, and then began inventing. These EOQs would have underlying supply chain efficiencies tied to them, which would result in higher capacity utilization rates and a higher return on assets.
Congratulations, Greg Massaros.
Good evening. I'd like to thank Dr. Paul Sandberg, the selection committee, and Morgan Holmes for her nomination. To my wife, Sonia, for her unwavering love and support. To our kids, Vinesh and Savri, watching you grow into your authentic selves has been one of my greatest joys. Why are inventors typically humble? I have a few thoughts to share. When inventing, there are moments of endless or effortless ideas, but eventually you hit a wall. It feels like you're living in an unsolved math problem, waking up each day with no solution. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and your frustration builds and grows. Not coincidentally, this is also when we, inventors, may not be the most pleasant people to be around. As I've been told by my wife on multiple occasions. Or you hear the words, why don't you go outside and invent something? You stubbornly refuse to quit, and then suddenly the dam bursts. The ideas flood in so quickly that you're no longer an inventor, but a transcriber. You realize this creative force is present to all. It's like standing before the Grand Canyon. How can you not feel humbled? A second reason is that we read the work of other inventors and notice that some are so incredibly ahead of their time. Then you realize these advances are happening across multiple technologies, making it possible for us to share our insights. We are all standing on the shoulders of giants, past and present. A third reason is the unpredictability of commercialization, with factors beyond the inventor's control. So you think, I will create a superior technology. History is full of examples where the better technology was never adopted as the industry standard. Then you say, I will create a prototype to ensure financial success. 2 words for you. Johann Gutenberg, the inventor of the printing press, died virtually penniless. Meanwhile, his business partner did quite well. Those business people. So am I daring to suggest to a room full of scientists, academics, and evidence-based thinkers that you need a little bit of luck? It doesn't hurt. So why do it then? Because the drive to create is deeply human. Believing that your insights can advance knowledge and having the courage to step into the vast unknown is one of the most exhilarating experiences a human can have. To anyone who's ever dared to advance the art, you have my utmost respect. You are the heroes, the unsung inventors proving that this system, open to all, can elevate humanity and enhance our quality of life, both now and for future generations. Thank you.
Our next inductee is being recognized for transformational innovations in miniaturized electronic circuitry and advanced materials. Her inventions include biosensors for more effective real-time health monitoring. She's also addressed global technological challenges through the development of nanoelectronic device integration using advanced membrane and material systems for nanomembrane technology, energy harvesting, sustainable environments, drug delivery, and bioapplications.
Dr. Thomas's innovative spirit truly flourished during her time at the prestigious Bell Labs, where she was awarded her first patent.
That spirit of innovation began to, bubble up in me. It's like, I like this, right? Now, I think it's really important that we inspire that earlier on.
Congratulations, Dr. Sylvia Wilson Thomas.
Well, good evening, everyone. And for those of you who know me, I don't really get nervous, but I'm really nervous this evening. And thank you, Elizabeth and Paul, for this. And giving honor to God, who's the head of my life. I want to thank the nominators, the selection committee, and the Florida Inventors Hall of Fame for this prestigious honor. An outstanding effort from the Florida Inventors Hall of Fame team. Director Jamie Spur and her team have done an incredible job year in and year out. Congratulations to all of the inductees tonight. There are very few moments that are incredibly ordained, and this is one of those moments. I give a heartfelt thanks and love to my family and my students that are here with me tonight. If you all could please stand. They are my anchor, my village. And I have to give a thank you to all of my colleagues and students who have contributed to this work. To my USF RI family, our research and innovation family, thank you for your unwavering camaraderie. Yes, you can give them a hand, yes. To USF administrators, faculty, staff, students, and our partners, thank you for this platform to make a difference. Thank you to this community for being open and embracing innovation and entrepreneurship. I am humbled by this honor and truly believe in dedicating my life to helping others and believing in a purpose-driven life. I encourage all of us to be champions of change. I am reminded of my father, who could not be here with us today, but who would be really proud of the woman, the mother, the daughter, the aunt, the friend, and hopefully the colleague that all of you deserve and would like to move forward with to create that change. Because this is exactly what creativity, innovation, entrepreneurship, transforming research is all about. Changing life for the better. And as I depart tonight, realize that regardless of your walk of life, your creativity matters, and every life matters. So thank you all very much, and have a great evening.
Our next inductee is being recognized for cutting-edge ophthalmic technologies. These include liquid crystal tunable lenses for intraocular lenses, contact lenses, eyewear, and virtual and augmented reality devices. He's also developed ophthalmic medical devices to restore clear vision for people with presbyopia, glaucoma, and cataracts.
I joined them in surgery to observe and think of ways to make the procedures better. Although I still did work with arteries, veins, and bones, the human eye was the most fascinating organ, so I focused most of the past 35 years on that. Some examples: after watching how the incision into the eye was made for cataract surgery and how complicated it was, I designed a diamond knife that created a self-sealing incision into the eye that was done with a single movement instead of multiple cuts.
Congratulations, Anthony Tony Van Hoyten.
Well, this is a wonderful honor, and thank you very much. Over the years, I've met a lot of people, and there's one thing that I noticed about them, is that whenever they were doing something that they were really good at, they had a smile on their face. And I wanted to know, well, what is that? And so I would ask questions like this one friend of mine, he was really good at playing the guitar, and I asked him, well, how do you do that? And he says, I don't know. It's like breathing. Or another person, she was really good at drawing pictures on the whiteboard, trying to explain her ideas, and they were like three-dimensional objects that just leapt off the board and grabbed you and asked you, well, how do you do that? And she said, I don't know. I just get a picture of it in my head and I draw it. My wife, Sue, she can just open the pantry and grab a couple of things and make this wonderful meal, even without a recipe. And I ask her, well, how do you do that? She says, I don't know. And so I have the evidence here with me to prove that she can do that. So I think that from all the people that I've met and watching them all do something, I think that every single one of us has a talent inside of us. And for those of us who have found it, as I have, it brings a wonderful sense of satisfaction and happiness. And I think that we can all do it. But if you have not done that, if you think, no, I don't think I can do that, or I haven't found that, I would ask you to look inside again. And I think that if you do look again, you will find it. And if you find it and pursue it, it will really enrich your life. Thank you.
Our next inductee is being recognized for pioneering contributions in renewable energy integration. Her innovations in battery technologies have revolutionized battery storage systems, optimized renewable energy integration, and advanced sustainability. She's also developed innovative approaches to predicting long-term performance of lithium-ion batteries for utility-scale applications.
So I have 9 patents so far that have been granted by the US Patent Office and a few more that are pending. Pretty much most of my patents are related to integration of renewable energy and battery storage technologies. Some of my earlier patents were really focused on estimating the long-term battery degradation as well as integration of battery storage with solar energy.
Congratulations, Dr. Rachana Vidi.
Thank you all. I feel like I'm supposed to say I'm very humbled, but just like Dr. Thomas, I'm actually very nervous. Because I'm in awe. I feel like this is the highest collective IQ I have ever seen in a single room, ever in my life. So it's very exciting. And most importantly, I'm very energized. I'm energized by the passion for technology, for innovation that I have seen from everybody. I'm energized by the impact that people in this room have made on the world. And I'm also energized thinking about the potential of impact that people in this room will have for future generations, by future inventions. So it's the idea for the future that really energizes me today. I think it was Plato who mentioned, or some version of, necessity is the mother of invention. I hope we can all agree today, seeing the disasters from Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton, that protecting the climate is not a luxury. It is a necessity of our age. It very much is. Thank you. And I strongly believe that it will take a collaborative effort. I've heard collaboration mentioned many times today. It will definitely take a collaborative effort of people in this room, as well as our broader network of innovators, to really move the world in the right direction. So one of the youngest attendees today is my 3-year-old son. And I am filled with gratitude as I see so many ways the innovators here are helping the future for his generation. So thank you to all my fellow inductees today, all the past inductees as well as the future inductees. Thank you in advance for all the work that we have all been doing. I would also like to thank my a past inductee as well as my mentor and my doctoral advisor, Dr. Goswami. Dr. Yogi Goswami, thank you so much for your help throughout the years. Thank you to Florida Inventors Hall of Fame. You all have been amazing so far. And finally, I'm extremely grateful that my family can be here today. First and foremost, my dad, who, if there was an award for the longest distance traveled for attending this ceremony, he would win that because he traveled from India just to attend this event. My mom could not be here today, but my mom, my sisters, my niece and nephew, my brothers-in-law, they're cheering me on, I know, from across the planet, which I'm very grateful for. My mother and father-in-law are here today as well, who provide the stability at home that working parents most desperately need. None of this innovation would be possible if we did not have the stability at home. My husband and my co-inventor, without whom probably half of my patents would not have happened. So thank you for your help. And, hey. And of course, my son. Because looking at him, I'm reminded that changing the world cannot wait. I'll leave you all with one final thought, that the time to act is now. Just like my son plays with his little friends without any ego, we must leave our egos aside, reach across the aisle, and work collectively and collaboratively to protect the planet. Thank you.
Now please welcome our final inductee. He's being recognized for pioneering contributions to environmental engineering and sustainability, particularly wastewater purification and recycling. His innovations extend to sustainable and resilient infrastructure, renewable bioenergy, and global WASH, an acronym for water, sanitation, and hygiene. His innovations are transforming countless communities worldwide experiencing water scarcity and inadequate sanitation.
So the idea that we were pitching, or we were envisioning, was that there would be this modular box that would be very portable, it would be automated, and the other criteria is that it has to be entirely solar powered, and it has to turn dirty water into clean water, and along with that, we're gonna extract renewable energy from the wastewater.
Congratulations, Dr. Daniel Ye.
All right, I know you're dying to catch the second half of a Sabrina Carpenter concert, but you're gonna have to wait for this. But seriously, I would like to first start out by congratulating my fellow inductees. I am just in awe and almost embarrassed to be standing here in such company, so congrats everyone. I also want to thank the Florida Inventors Hall of Fame for selecting me for this year, and also thank my nominator, Dr. Norma Alcantar, for nominating me, along with all the reference writers who believed me enough to put forward my nomination. So what a tremendous honor and privilege to be part of the Florida Inventors Hall of Fame. I've been at USF for 20 years, and that walkway, right, between in front of the IDRB, where the Florida Inventors Hall of Fame is, and that's like the area where you go and see all the cool stuff, and I didn't think I would be part of that. So I am just in awe, and these are the people I've looked up to for the last 10 years. So thank you. But I didn't do this all on my own. It took a team, it really did. So over the last 20 years, there's been some really awesome postdocs, students, partners from all over the world who are part of this journey. Two of them are here today, my PhD student, Alex Smith, and also postdoc, Gary Hsu. So thanks, guys, for coming out here. And of course, you guys saw in the video, but really the main person was Robert Baer. Robert started with me as an undergraduate, 2009. And we've known each other for 15 years now, and he's been through this entire journey. So really, without him, NewGen wouldn't have happened. And of course, I want to thank all the funding agencies. We have Phoebe and we have Phoebe and Richard from the Cade Museum here today. One of the pictures you saw from that video was us winning the Cade Prize in 2004. That was the 5th Cade Prize, and that's when like it all started, for us. So thanks, guys, for supporting me and supporting our team all these years. And of course, the Gates Foundation has been tremendous supportive of our journey, not just in terms of funding, but the sheer amount of opportunities that they provided. This just wouldn't have happened without them believing us in our crazy ideas. And of course, all of our international partners in India and South Africa and elsewhere. So this, what you're kind of seeing is like the final product, right? But you don't just zip right to the end. This entire journey has actually been quite difficult. And between lapses in funding and also just like ideas that don't work and all the stress about like, we ship our system to India, hey, is it gonna show up? And we ran into this like, once in a century flooding event in Chennai and the system just wasn't there, all that stress. But something that always kept everything in perspective was my family. So my daughter Sydney, my son Ethan, Sydney is here today. Ethan couldn't be here. Ethan has a design lab Friday afternoon. I'm like, no, you need to stay for lab. You can't come here. So they're what made everything possible, and I'm so proud of you guys, Sydney and Ethan. And I want to thank my parents, obviously, for raising me. But you saw in the video, my dad taught me how to observe, and my mom taught me how to be obsessively detail-oriented. And I think those two traits combined somehow like made me what I am. So I want to thank them. And like I said, this journey hasn't always been easy. In fact, it got pretty dark. Anyway, it got pretty dark at times. Yeah, but it was never lonely because my wife Allison has been part of this process, and honey, you held my hand when I needed the most. So thanks for believing me with. It wasn't that hard when I practiced it. But thanks for believing me when no one else did. You're my rock, my soul, my everything. I love you. And yeah, finally, I mean, what made all of this happen really was USF. I think USF created this nurturing environment where you really can boldly go. And so I want to thank the university's administration, the president's provost office, the College of Engineering, university communication and media and marketing for all the great work they did, and of course my chair, and then my colleagues who created this environment where it was possible to actually invent. I never thought of myself as an inventor. It was just solving a problem. And invention just something that kind of happened, And okay, so as an environmental engineer, I said that in the beginning of the video, our job is to protect the environment. So I really hope I think I'm the second environmental engineer in the Hall of Fame. I really hope that this kind of draws some awareness to some of the water, wastewater sanitation issues, because it's not just the billions of people around the world, but it's happening right here in the United States. So what's next for NewGen? I think we have good partners in India and South Africa. We're going to try to address the issues in the United States now. There's millions of people in the U.S. that don't have adequate water and sanitation, and that's not right. We're looking at the Appalachia. You guys saw what happened after the hurricane hit Appalachia, in Alabama, in the colonias along the southern border, to Navajo Nation, Hawaii, Alaska. there's issues everywhere. So we're hoping New Gen can help to address this. And the second thing I want to do before I retire is to go after, have New Gen become something that can turn into an instant infrastructure. So after a disaster, what happens is infrastructure is just gone, right? And we need instant infrastructure. So I hope to be part of that solution. So I can't do this on my own. And I'm hoping you guys can help. So if you like to be part of the solution, I'd love to talk to you. Okay, so with that, again, thanks to the Florida Inventors Hall of Fame. And yeah, let's get it done. Thank you.
Please join me in one more round of applause for all of our distinguished inductees tonight. Well, unfortunately, we have to conclude our ceremony tonight, and as we do so, I want to invite all of the inductees here tonight, the new inductees as well as inductees from the past years, to come up on stage for a group photo. And as they make their way forward, I would just like to again thank all of you for being here tonight, for being a part of tonight's ceremony. None of this would be possible without all of you, so we certainly appreciate your time and your presence here with us tonight. And to thank you for being here, we have a special surprise waiting for you as you exit the ballroom tonight. And be sure to remember, as you head out to your cars, let the valet know that you are with the Florida Inventors Hall of Fame. You're going to receive a complimentary valet service. Thank you all so much again for being here tonight. We look forward to seeing you next year.